Hello everyone. I hope all of you are safe and healthy. I am Varsha Kandpal, student of University of Petroleum and Energy Studies. Today I am here to present my research work on the topic path loss reduction in wireless communication network, which I did with the help of my classmate Shivani Dubey under the guidance of our professor Dr. Sudhir Kumar Chaturvedi. So let's start with the question, what is path loss? There are various mechanisms behind electromagnetic wave propagation, but they are characterized by reflection, refraction, scattering, shadowing, and path loss. When signal propagates from transmitter to receiver, there is attenuation in its strength of the transmitted signal. The attenuation is known as path loss. It would be wrong if we think path loss includes factors such as gain of antenna used in transmitter and receiver, or any loss associated with hardware imperfections. Next slide, please. Now, moving on to our next slide, the factor affecting path loss. There are few factors which affect path loss. First is the function of the propagation distance between the transmitter and the receiver. Path loss also depends on the carrier frequency of the EM wave. Path loss is also the function of height at which the antenna is placed. It is to be noted that it does not depend on transmitted power, it is independent of the power transmitted. Next slide, please. There are various causes of path loss. Some of the main causes for the path loss are free space loss. The free space loss occur as the signal travels through space without any other effect attenuating the signal. It will diminish as it spreads out. It can be thought as of the radio communication signals spreading out as an ever increasing sphere. As the signal has to cover a wider area, conservation of energy tells us that energy in any given area will reduce as the area covered become larger. Now, a second cause for path loss is diffraction. Radio signal path loss due to diffraction occurs when an object appears in the path of the signal. The signal can diffract around the object, but losses occurs. The loss is higher the more rounded the object. Radio signal tend to diffract better around sharp edges, that is, the edges that are sharp with respect to the wavelength. Now, our third causes for path loss is multipath. While traveling in a real environment, signals get reflected and they will reach the receiver via a number of different paths. These signals may add or subtract from each other depending upon the relative phases of the signal. If the receiver is moved, the scenario will change and the overall received signal will be found varying with position. Absorption losses. Absorption losses occur if the radio signal passes into a medium which is not totally transparent to radio signals. There are many reasons for this, which include building walls, atmospheric moisture, vegetation, and etc. Now, our fifth cause for path loss is atmosphere. Atmosphere can affect radio signal path. Ionosphere at lower frequency, especially around the frequency of 30 to 50 megahertz, the ionosphere has a significant effect, reflecting them back to the earth. However, when passing through these regions of ionosphere, especially in D region or the lesser extent of E region, signal can suffer attenuation rather than reflection or refraction. This can include a significant radio path loss. Troposphere at frequency above 50 MHz and more, the troposphere has a major effect, refracting the signal back to the Earth as a result of changing refractive index. For ultra high frequency broadcast, this can extend coverage to approximately a third beyond the horizon. The refraction can sometimes mean that signal that would normally reach a certain area may be refracted away from it. Next slide, please. The figure here shows the causes of path loss. Here you can see that a signal is transmitted and expected to reach a certain location covering a certain distance. But as the EM wave spreads out in all the directions, the signal carrying the information is sent, but due to different objects and different distractions in path, the signal goes through reflection, diffraction, and scattering, and this lead to the loss of strength of the signal. Next slide, please. So the main aim of this presentation or our research is to come up with the idea that can reduce the path loss in wireless communication. We carried out our research and tried to focus in two important factors. First is to capture best signal out from the multipath signal received, and second is to reduce free space path loss using free space optical communication. Next slide, please. Now, knowing what is free space optical communication. Free space optical communication systems are where free space act as a communicator channel between the transceivers that are the line of sight for the successful transmission of optical signals, wirelessly transmitting data from telecommunication to the computer networking. Now, there are many advantages of using FSO communication, like high bandwidth, no spectrum license. The transmission in FSO is dependent on the medium between because the presence of foreign elements like rain, fog, haze, or any physical obstruction which causes scattering and atmospheric turbulence are some of these factors. Next slide, please. Now we have planned to execute our idea. So here we are up with how we will execute our idea. First is when a signal is transmitted, it arrives at receiver from different direction with different path lengths, attenuations and delays. The resultant signal that is received at the receiver might result in the attenuated signal due to its propagation through multipaths. So, if we develop a device which actually can filter the best signal from all the multipaths and then feed the signal to receive antenna, then it can help us a lot to deal with path loss. Now, our second idea plan to execute our idea is here are currently a large number of deep space exploration projects that aim to promote the understanding of universe evolution and even ultimately expand the living space of human being. And considering all the influence of these ultra long communication distance, large path losses, long transmission delays, and so on, the communication strategy has a crucial role in guaranteeing the data to be successfully communicated between the Earth and the probe. Compared with mature radio frequency technology, which have been well employed in NASA deep space networks, free space optical communication is a complementary alternative for deep space communication and has received considerable attention. So further stimulates FSO communication further stimulates the growing application in deep space projects such as Mars laser communication demonstration, Mars polar landers, Mars orbital laser altimeters, and much more. Next slide, please. Now, here we come up with the conclusion. Path loss has always been a concerning issue for the scientists as it leads to high power consumption. Therefore, this being a necessity to reduce this to have a clear communication without the loss of signal. We have considered two important parameters which causes path loss and try to resolve the problem of path loss. Next slide, please. Towards the end of our presentation, we are having the reference which we have used to learn the concept and try to gain the knowledge of path loss. Thank you so much.